This is Ryan Elliott for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, all the way from Minsk. I'm delighted to be joined by Al Siesta today. Al, it's been a while. How are you, my friend?
Brother, I'm very well. Thank you so much. Just found the right spot for the interview. It was all awkward with those chandeliers and Czechoslovakian glass kind of, I don't know if in the UK you know this term for, we call it crystal, wherever it is. Yes, a very posh hotel called Victoria Spa, right in the city center, next to the Lukashenko's palace. Apparently tomorrow there will be sanctioned meeting, demonstration, the peaceful protest, which I will be spectating from my 11th floor, I believe.
The 11th floor. Lovely, Al. Now, you are there for boxing. Let's talk about Cold Wars. Cold Wars is
100%.
October 6th.
Yeah.
We've got Sirotkin Dennis on the card. We've got Asinya Byfield back in action as well. Talk to me about the card, Al. What can we expect?
Nothing less than evenly matched 50-50 fights, very competitive. Sirotkin and Dennis, they're not strangers to boxing. They're in mid-30s, and they're ready to, basically, they still have dreams and aspirations. And Grant said that Sirotkin is trying to take away the food from his children's table and all that stuff. And I said to Sirotkin, did you see what he said? He goes, same shit here, bruv, trust me. Exactly the same thing. So that will be a great clash. I see in Byfield is always rowdy, always ready to fight, fighting against Alexei Yevchenko, really, really durable gatekeeper from Russia, also not a stranger to boxing, the kickboxing world champion. So it will be fantastic, fantastic card. 50-50 fights. Bookies are really scratching their head in terms of odds, so I had to tell them what I think. And then I sent it away and they said, oh, that's a bit strange because we think something else going to happen. That just shows how many opinions are in regards to these fights, meaning that they're really, really equally matched, I'm very pleased. When matchmaker is promoting, it should be good.
Exactly, Al. Now, it is a busy couple of weeks for yourself because Cold Wars is also back on October 15th. We've got Edward Troianovski, who you introduced me to in Newcastle. He's facing Ronald Garrido. How much, in your opinion, does Troianovski still have to offer the super lightweight division, and what do we expect from that fight?
Man, I think he's got some mileage, because I always compare Edward to a good vintage car that stood in the garage for many years, and now he's been unleashed and taken, and the cover was taken off. And Troianovski started boxing really late. He started boxing at 30 years of age. He was a kickboxing guy, so now he's ready to fight, and he's been a world champion, IBF and IBO world champion, then lost in a stupid fight, anticipated. No one could predict that KO in the first round against Ndongo. And he learned from that. He's back on the scene. He's very fresh. He can go 10, 12 rounds still in fantastic shape, always stays fit and in weight. And I think he's got some mileage, We might see him in the big fights in the UK if he will overcome Ronald Garrido
now,
on the 15th.
All promoters have been faced with the challenge of putting on shows during this time. You've been sort of getting through these Cold War shows. We've got these two coming up as well. Talk to me about the main challenges of putting cards together during a time like this.
Main challenges, literally motivation of the promoter. There's nothing impossible. It's just all about laziness or, I'm not a quitter by nature, by any means. So I will find a way to stage the show. Obviously, there are circumstances that could be beyond my jurisdiction. Is one thing me wanting and wishing and trying the hardest, but sometimes there's a force majeure or act of God that you undeniable, and everything is crashes down. But I am trying the hardest, and all requires is a bit of knowledge, a bit of determination, and just belief that all you can do is easy to quit. Trust me, in this time, in these funny times, because you've got license to quit. Oh, it's COVID-19, nothing is working, nothing is moving, all the airports closed, there's no logistics, the fighters are not training. I can give you 50 other excuses why I shouldn't do it, but I can give you 2 why I really should do it. I love boxing and I want to achieve something. That's it.
How has the response been around Europe to these shows, Al? You've obviously got very good connections in that part of the world. How have broadcasters, fans, etc., responded to these shows with these competitive fights we've seen on the Cold Wars bills?
Yeah, responded very well. I've got lots of requests for the placements from Germany, France, Poland. People want to, look, if I would have replied positively and accepted every placement that they wanted to do in my cards, I would have had shows 25 fights. but I can't do it because obviously COVID restrictions, and as many people, the more people you're going to have, the more chance of someone being positive, tested positive, and then it will jeopardize all the concept. So I'm trying to narrow down to 7 fights maximum, not more than 7. And normally it's 5 fights, 6 fights, 3 on the undercard, 3 main televised events. So the undercard will be shown on one of the networks, which is cable network, and the main 3 fights will be shown on major network.
I'll just speak a few matters away from Cold Wars, if that's okay. Someone I wanted to talk about, Zak Chelli. We saw that phenomenal performance against Jack Cullen. Brilliant fight at Fight Camp. He's gone straight into this new Ultimate Boxer tournament. How important was it to keep him active and get him another big chance after what we saw at Fight Camp from Zak?
Very important, because I knew about this tournament. I've been approached to put Zak Chelli in there. I think it's fantastically, just literally catered perfectly for Zak Chelli. I think he should be winning that tournament in God's will. Yeah, it's very important. I mean, you're saying good performances like Jack Cullen. I think he might be underperformed, although common opinion is like he's been stitched up in terms of refereeing decision. But as I said, fighter of Jack's level is not coming there to lose. And Zak, someone like Zak, if you want to take it out of referee's hands, you need to do better than that. And he could have done better than that. I think maybe it's a ring rust or whatever it is, because he hasn't fought for quite a while. But I think he performed well, and now is a perfect opportunity to prove what Zak Chelli is and who he are.
The first thought from a lot of fans
for
that fight.
Talking nonsense English now. Forgive me, because I've been speaking Russian. Apologizing for interrupting you, by the way. I've been speaking Russian non-stop for the last God knows how many days. So my English is a bit rusty, guys. Forgive me for E's and R and whatever it is. And I've got like W's go suddenly V's, like we're going to work. If I'm talking like this, you should forgive me. You know what I'm saying? Alexander Lemtov.
I'm sure they still forgive you. You're still better English than I. But as I was saying, with Zak Chelli, the first thought after the Cullen fight was obviously from fans, we want to see a rematch. Do you think down the line that will happen, or do you think both men are going other directions now?
Man, you say you want to see the rematch, but the general consensus, that apparently not many people want to see a rematch. I mean, they say that Zak Chelli is one of their opinion, and there's nothing that exciting about the rematch. I mean, I heard that. And to be honest with you, Zak is in a different stage of his career. And I think the regional titles of Big Four, or maybe even British title, is not that far away. So I think we will be focusing on that. It's like, I mean, Jack Cullen fight is just like is a thing of the past, I think, you know.
Al, something I wanted to finish on. Appreciate you're a busy man. Dillian Whyte, it's Alexander Povetkin. You're one of the few people that confidently came on this channel and said Alexander Povetkin will stop Dillian Whyte. You're often ridiculed for that. You've took a bit of stick since the fight as well. Do you see the rematch going any differently to what we saw that night?
Brother, thank you for this opportunity, by the way. All those, who questions me, let me tell you, you mugs, is going exactly the same way again. Is going exactly the same way again. All I'm saying that the Dillian needs to suddenly find a second set of skills like he never had in his career to beat Povetkin. Obviously, he can overwhelm him with his physicality and marching forward suddenly and trying to overwhelm him physically. But look, he's an Olympic champion. He's Asian Olympic champion, but he's still a guy with an incredible boxing vocabulary. You can, under no circumstance, can you underestimate such gift, you know? So Dillian needs to stick to some sort of, it needs to be some sort of game plan. But I really, really believe Povetkin will make it this time again. It's not, listen, I'm not supporting Povetkin, by the way. I support Dillian as well, and it's a great fight. But it's just Povetkin is too good for him. That's it.
What is Dillian Whyte's best chance of winning the rematch, Al?
Some sneaky counter during the exchange, speed, and ruggedness. That's what he needs to do. If he will try to keep Povetkin on the jab and long, for example, and without engagement, do it carefully and trying to do what Joshua did to Ruiz, it will not work because Povetkin's footwork is better. Povetkin's speed and explosiveness is better than Dillion's. And he will ultimately create a decoy when he comes from one side and he's going to throw it from another. You understand what I'm saying? So basically, Povetkin's vocabulary, overall understanding of the boxing game and tricks up on his sleeve are far superior to Dillion's. So Dillion's chance is exactly what happened to Derek Chisora during that exchange. If you understand, if you remember, all the knockdowns that Povetkin had and got dropped happened when Povetkin was trying to lay the attack, coming in close, counter uppercut, bang, he's gone down. Do you know what I mean? This is his best chance. If he tried to outbox Povetkin, this ain't happening, I can tell you now. So he's got massive mountain to climb, Dillian Whyte. I can tell you now. And those people saying, oh, he's been lucky, he found like shot from the gourds, and no, whatever, man. Not wasting my breath on that.
Right, well, Al, thank you so much for your time today. Best of luck with the show. I'm sure we'll catch you afterwards. Enjoy your time in Minsk.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. I'm sorry. I mean, in the weird kind of position like that, just the best spot I think I could find for this interview. All good?
All good, mate. Thank you very much. Good luck,
Bye-bye.
Al. It's nice to speak to you, mate, and take care, okay?
Thank you, brother.